Dear friends, this is the lecture number 2 of magnetism and matter. Today we will discuss a very important portion of this chapter which is also required in the other chapters. So from your childhood, I think you have done this experiment. This is a very funny experiment that when you will hung a small bar magnet, when you hung a small bar magnet by the help of a thread, that bar magnet, when you hung it, it will do this type of motion, do simple harmonic motion, do SHM, then after some time it comes to rest. You have done this experiment in your childhood, but why this happens? At that time also you have asked this question, that why this bar magnet, when you hung it by the help of a thread, it do SHM, do like this, then after some time it comes to rest, as if it is pointing somewhere, as if this bar magnet is pointing somewhere. Yes, really it is pointing somewhere. And why this happens? So the first, why the bar magnet remain like this, pointing somewhere, particularly the bar magnet remaining pointing north-south direction. Why this happens? First, one scientist, William Gilbert, in 1600 AD, first William Gilbert told about this and wrote in his book De Magnete that Earth behaves like a huge magnet. William Gilbert first told Earth behaves like a huge magnet. Then from that day, about the magnetism of Earth, research is going on, study is going on. And we'll discuss the whole magnetism of Earth, about which research is going on, only in one lecture. A small part of that we'll discuss today. But the study of Earth's magnetism, that is called geomagnetism. Geomagnetism, study of Earth's magnetism. What do you mean by geo? Geo means Earth and magnetism. So study of Earth magnetism, that one will discuss geomagnetism. But why this Earth behaves like a huge magnet? What is the cause behind it? At that time, William Gilbert told that there is a huge magnet inside Earth. That's why it behaves like it's showing its magnetic property. But after that, many scientists, many theories came about Earth's magnetism, why Earth behaves like a huge magnet. But till today, nobody came to the conclusion of, with clear proof, with 100% proof, that this is the reason why Earth behaves like a huge magnet. Research is going on about this. But after William Gilbert, again the theory came, bracket one scientist, bracket told that the magnetism of Earth is due to its rotation. Due to its rotation, the atoms, the molecules all rotate. When they rotate, they form a current carrying loop. And that current carrying loop behaves like a bar magnet. So that's the reason. Then in molten state, there are the ions in the core of Earth. In the core of Earth, in molten state, there are the ions. So the ions move in circular path. So they constitute also current when they move in circular path. That may be the cause of Earth's magnetism. And this theory of the motion of the ions in molten state in the core of Earth, this is called a dynamo effect. This is called a dynamo effect. But this dynamo effect is strongly opposed by the geologists. Geologists don't regard this dynamo effect. But why geologists don't regard this dynamo effect? Geologists are telling in the core of Earth there is a high temperature, and we know when temperature becomes high, a magnet loses its property. Then geologists are telling that in the core, if a high temperature is there, how it retains a magnetic property. So in this way, geologists are opposing this dynamo effect. Then some are telling that in ionosphere around Earth, there is an atmosphere, one layer is there called ionosphere. There are the ions are there which move with Earth. There are the ions which move with Earth. When the ions move in circular path, they also constitute a current carrying loop. That may be the cause of Earth's magnetism. Then some scientists are telling this magnetism is not of Earth. This magnetism is due to Sun. So a lot of theories are there, a lot of views are there about Earth's magnetism, but still research is going on. And I want to share you one information that for research in geomagnetism in India, the great research institute is IIG. The Great Research Institute is IIG. This is Indian Institute of Geomagnetism, situated at Mumbai. The best institute for the research of Earth's magnetism, IIG, Indian Institute of Geomagnetism. So this is the different causes. These are the different causes of Earth's magnetism. But how the Earth magnet? Where are the poles? So if I draw a figure, if this is Earth, this is your geographic north, this is your geographic south. But Earth magnetic poles are not on north and south. The Earth magnetic poles are like this. Here will be the magnetic south and here will be the magnetic north. The Earth magnetic poles are little side to the geographic north and south. The poles are like this. So this is the situation of the poles. Also the pole position is not completely fixed. Slight shift happens in the pole in many years. Slight shift happens also in the poles. So everything is under research. Why this happens, how this happens, is going on about this. And I want to share some important terms before entering into this geomagnetism here. This is the Earth. This line which connects to geographic north to geographic south, this line is called as geographic axis. This is called geographic axis. So you see, I have collected one apple for you. Okay, so this is the apple. So if you compare this apple as an Earth, though it is not a perfect sphere, also Earth is not a perfect sphere. Okay, so if it is Earth, if this is geographic north, you see this is the geographic north side and this is the geographic south. Then what is the geographic axis? This one. You see from north to south. Now you see this is the geographic axis. Okay, so this needle is now playing the role of a geographic axis, which is nothing but your axis of rotation. Axis of rotation of Earth. So this is the geographic axis of Earth. So then the second is about magnetic axis. Magnetic axis, this is the magnetic south and magnetic north. The line which join magnetic south and magnetic north, this is called as magnetic axis. This is the magnetic axis. It's very clear. This magnetic axis makes some angle with geographic axis. With geographic axis. So next is, what do you mean by geographic meridian? Another term, geographic meridian. So geographic meridian is the vertical plane which passes through geographic north and geographic south containing the geographic axis. The vertical plane which passes through geographic north and geographic south containing the geographic axis means this plane. This plane is the magnetic meridian. Okay, so if this one you see, if this one is your earth and this is your geographic axis, so the vertical plane, if I cut this apple from here, you see, if I cut this apple from here, passing through the center, if I cut it, so now we can able to see the geographic axis. You see, geographic axis is this one. Now we can able to see the geographic meridian. This plane is the geographic meridian. Okay, so this plane. So the plane, the vertical plane which contain the geographic axis, and this one here is the geographic axis. So this one is the geographic axis. See, this is the geographic axis. This neatly is the geographic axis, and this vertical plane you see which contain the geographic axis. This is the geographic meridian. So the vertical plane which passes to geographic north and south containing the geographic axis is called geographic meridian. Then come to magnetic meridian. This is also the vertical plane, but which passes through magnetic north and magnetic south. That is called a magnetic meridian. That is called a magnetic meridian. So this is the vertical plane. So let me show you magnetic meridian. Before that, you see, I have made here you can able to see here, I have made here this is the geographic meridian. I have made this is the geographic meridian. You can able to see this is the geographic meridian. Now magnetic meridian is just, I am making magnetic meridian. I am making magnetic meridian here. Okay, let's make magnetic meridian. So this is the magnetic meridian. So this is the geographic meridian, this plane, and magnetic meridian is this plane inside you see. So what you mark? This geographic meridian is this plane, but magnetic meridian is making some angle with it. I can show you the plane, particular plane I am showing you. See, so this is the geographic meridian plane. This is the geographic meridian plane. Okay, if this is the geographic meridian plane, magnetic meridian plane makes some angle with it. So let's divide it. Now see, this is the geographic meridian, this one geographic meridian, this plane, and magnetic meridian is this. There is some angle between them. Okay, if this is this side is geographic meridian, the other side is magnetic meridian. There is some angle between them. Two vertical planes making some angle. So geographic meridian and magnetic meridian. Then come to, so these are the different important terms what we will use in this. But how the magnetic lines of forces of Earth pass? How the magnetic lines of forces? If this is the magnetic north, you know outside the magnetic lines of forces pass from north to south. So this is the lines of force, like also from this side So this is the lines of force. I draw only two lines. You can draw many lines like this for Earth's magnetic field. So once one question came in exam that in Australia, Melbourne, the lines of forces goes into the ground or comes out of the ground. Now you think, if this is the Earth, where is Australia? Then you can able to tell the answer. Then in Australia, the lines of forces come out of the ground or goes into the ground. So this is the homework for you. You think about it. You should have the geographic knowledge that where is Australia. Then you can only tell how the lines of forces come out and goes, whether comes out or goes into. This was a question in exam once. This is the lines of forces of Earth's magnetic field. But to understand this Earth magnetic field properly, our scientists have developed three parameters. Those parameters are, first is declination, then second is inclination, then third is horizontal component. Our scientists have developed these three parameters to understand Earth's magnetic field. This inclination is also called as dip. And these parameters varies from place to place. They gives you the information about Earth's magnetic field in a magnetic map of Earth. Magnetic map, what is this? You all are acquainted with the geographic map. In lower classes, your geographic teacher has shown you one map. In that map, some lines are drawn. Basically, you focus on two lines in that map. You must have remembered those two lines. What are those two lines? Latitude and longitude. Latitude and longitude, the lines are drawn there. From that line, you wrote at every point that this is the latitude, this is the longitude. If I give you latitude and longitude, you can reach at a particular point of Earth. Similarly, for magnetism of Earth, one map is made that is called a magnetic map of Earth. In magnetic map of Earth, also some lines are drawn. And taking these three parameters, that map is made. How these three parameters varies from place to place, like your latitude and longitude in geographic map. In geographic map, you draw taking two parameters, latitude and longitude. Maybe more, I don't know about that. But in magnetic map, we will take three parameters to set the whole magnetic map, how the magnetic field of Earth varies from place to place. Let's discuss the parameters one by one. First come to the declination. What do you mean by declination? I told you geographic meridian is this, magnetic meridian is this is the geographic meridian and this is the magnetic meridian. This is the magnetic meridian. So the two vertical planes make some angle between them. And that angle is not fixed. Because why the Earth behaves like a magnet, that we don't know. Geographic axis or geographic meridian, that we have fixed according to the shape of Earth. Geographic poles and geographic meridian. But magnetic meridian, that one, the angle between them, that is not fixed. There is a little variation. Either that variation happens towards west, or the variation happens towards east. So declination is always measured as some degree east or some degree west. So that is the declination. Again, I am telling you, declination is the angle between geographic meridian and magnetic meridian at a place. If This is the geographic meridian. This plane is the geographic meridian. This plane is the magnetic meridian. So this angle between them, this is called as declination, which little varies from place to place and is measured east or west. But there are some places, those who have same declination, and the line joining the points having same declination, that is called isogonic line. The line joining the points having same declination is called isogonic line. There are also some points having zero declination, and the point where the line joining those points having zero declination is called agonic line. The line joining the points having zero declination is called agonic line. You will find those lines in the magnetic map of Earth. Isogonic, agonic. So this is about the declination. Now let's come to the important one, that is inclination or dip. Inclination or dip, what is this? Inclination is the angle made by the resultant magnetic field of Earth with horizontal. It is the angle made by the resultant magnetic field of Earth with horizontal. I know you couldn't able to understand anything from this definition, but declination you understood clearly, but here from the definition you couldn't able to understand anything. I have to explain this more. Actually, what is declination? What is inclination now? Okay, what is dip? That I have to explain it more. So I first now want to tell you here, to understand this one, where I am standing here, this small area, or where you are sitting now, that small area you imagine as that area is Earth. You bring your whole Earth to a small area, imaginary Earth. Now this place I imagine as Earth. If this place is now Earth, suppose I am writing here, this side is North Pole, geographic North Pole, and this side is geographic South Pole. If this is geographic North Pole, to this side which pole remain? To this side magnetic South remain. This magnetic South remain to this side. Okay, I am writing South here, and to this side here I am writing geographic North here. So this is geographic North, and to this side the magnetic, this is magnetic, this is geographic North, magnetic South, this is geographic South, magnetic North. Magnetic North remain here. So now you imagine this small place is now on Earth. Here is one pole, here is one pole. And where am I present? You see, I am standing at equal distance from both the poles. So where am I? Now you can tell me. Where am I now? I am in equator. So I am now in equator, just at the middle, Equal distance, the both poles are equal distance from me, just I am middle. Okay, so I am standing in equator. I will hang now one magnet, bar magnet. If you will hang one bar magnet here, how this bar magnet will remain? When I just hang this bar magnet, it will do this type of oscillation. Then after some time this magnet remain becoming north-south. Magnetic north-south, not geographic. It has no role, it has no business with geographic north-south. It has the interaction with the magnetic north-south. If my magnet remain like this, you see, So this side is which pole of the magnet and this side is which pole of the magnet. So if this side is to magnetic south, so this is your, so this bar magnet, this pole is north pole, and this side is towards magnetic north, so this side is south pole. So let's take this cap is always north pole and this back is always south pole. So this is the north pole of this bar magnet and this is the south pole. Okay, this is the bar magnet. When I hung it, it is just do fluctuating and then after some time it remain in magnetic, becoming magnetic north south. And in which plane it remain? Does it remain in geographic meridian or magnetic meridian? That's one important question. This bar magnet which do oscillation and after some time it remain stationary pointing north south. So that remain in which plane? That remain in magnetic meridian because it has no role with the geographic axis or geographic meridian. It remain in magnetic meridian plane, this bar magnet, and point to magnetic north and south, not geographic north and south. It point to magnetic north and south when I hung this bar magnet. Okay, this is the north pole, point towards magnetic south pole of earth. This is the south pole, point towards magnetic north pole of earth. Okay, but when it remains stationary, why it remains stationary, this bar magnet? So this is your example of a dipole in a magnetic field. Dipole in a magnetic field, when you keep a dipole in magnetic field, what happens on it? Torque act, due to which the dipole rotates. Torque act due to which the dipole rotate. You know the dipole rotate means it rotate and come to stable equilibrium position. Means theta is equal to 0. Means magnetic dipole moment and magnetic field both will mean same direction. This magnet remain like this means it is in stable equilibrium, means where is the dipole moment? So there is the magnetic field. There is the resultant magnetic field. There is the magnetic field. Actually, I want to know where is the direction of Earth's magnetic field at a point. If you want to find out the direction of Earth's magnetic field at a point, you just take a bar magnet, you hang it. The bar magnet after fluctuating will come to, now bar magnet comes to stationary position. Then the direction, in which direction the bar magnet remain, that is the magnetic field of Earth direction. The direction of Earth's magnetic field, because that is the stable equilibrium position. Is the dipole and here the magnetic field of Earth exists. That is the magnetic field of Earth direction. That is the only way to find the resultant magnetic field of Earth. It remains like this. Okay, so now it points to magnetic north and south and remain in the magnetic meridian. But in equator, if I stand and I will keep the magnet like this, it remain in this way, just at equator. Just at equator. But if I move towards the, now towards the pole, now what will happen? If I move towards the pole, you see this is your magnet. Your pole is here. If I move towards the pole, then what will happen? You see, when I move towards the pole, this is the north pole of the magnet will attract by the south pole. And the magnet now come to this position, and here it will remain vertical. Because the pole is here. The pole is here. You are on the earth surface. You are on earth surface and the pole is here, just below your feet. Suppose I am standing, now I am standing on the pole. If I am standing on the pole is here now. Below it, I am standing on the pole. If I hang a magnet here, how this magnet will remain? Pole is below. I am standing on the pole. And here is which pole? Magnetic south pole. If here is magnetic south pole, this is the magnetic north, this is the north pole of this. So it gets attracted. and remain like this. It's get attracted and remain like this. So at pole, the magnet, the bar magnet which will hang, that remain vertical. That remain vertical. But if it come to equator, gradually it become again horizontal. Why it become horizontal? Because from both sides attraction is same. But if I come to this pole, you see, you now see this one. If you come to this pole, it will be like this, like this, like this, then here straight. Why this happens? Because now I am standing, see, now I am standing here on the pole. So this is the south pole. It's get attracted by magnetic north. I am on the earth. Pole is below my foot. Pole is now below my pole is now here inside the earth. I am standing on the earth. So when we hang the magnet at pole, the magnet will remain like this. Magnetic north. Here down, it attracts the south pole of this bar magnet. That means the magnet remain like this means the resultant magnetic field of earth is downward. The resultant magnetic field of earth is here vertical. The not downward here, it will be upward because this north is here. Magnetic field, resultant field is upward. Okay, the field lines comes like this, become horizontal, and here again enter. This is the situation, here enter. Here the magnetic field lines comes up. At equator it becomes just like this. The motion of this you mark, because where is the direction of magnetic field, your bar magnet also remain in that direction. Okay, just like it comes like in this way, become horizontal, then comes, then I'm here like this. You just mark this. This is the lines of force position as well as the resultant magnetic field of earth. So like this. So what you mark here? Earth magnetic field direction is not same at everywhere. At every place on the earth magnetic field direction is not same. You are getting astonished that is it true that the bar magnet will remain vertical at the poles? Yes. But why you have not seen that? Because you are not in pole. You are just close to equator. As you are close to equator, as you are in India close to equator, so your magnet always remains horizontal. But if you go to the pole, the magnet will remain vertical. The magnet will remain vertical at pole. So, in which direction the magnet remain? That is the magnetic field of earth. So what deep I told you? I told the deep, the angle made by magnetic field of earth with horizontal. You see, here this is the magnetic field of earth and this is the horizontal. This red marker is the horizontal and the black marker is your magnetic field of earth, means bar magnet. Now you see how much angle is made at equator? It's a zero angle. Angle made at equator is 0. Okay, here at equator angle made is 0. But if I go to the pole, what happen? Horizontal is fixed. Let me erase these things so that you can able to understand. So this is your earth surface. This is your earth surface. This is the surface of earth. Surface of earth, and this place is your equator. This place is your equator and this is the poles. Okay, poles remain just below the surface here. Okay, this is your surface I am showing to you. So this is your earth equator, it remain like this. This is the horizontal, this is the magnet. What the angle between them? 0 degree. 0 degree is the angle. So here the angle of inclination, or that is called deep, symbol is delta, is 0. At equator it is 0 because the delta or deep is the angle made by magnetic field of earth with horizontal. This red marker is horizontal and this is the magnetic field of earth. This black marker is the magnetic field of earth. But when I move towards the south pole, what happens? You see, the horizontal is fixed. But what about your magnet? You see, but what about your magnet? You see the motion. Your magnet behaves like this. This is the situation. This is the situation here. Just I am showing you. This is the situation here. This is the situation at pole, because here is your south pole. So your bar magnet remain like this. This is the north pole of the magnet. This black point. Okay, and this is the horizontal. Horizontal is fixed. It makes how much angle with horizontal? 90 degree. 90 degree angle it make with horizontal. So here angle of dip is 90 degree. Let me write here. Angle of dip here is 90 degree. This is the horizontal and this is the your magnet. Okay. Now let me move from this pole to equator again. So see the situation. When I move from pole to equator, you see the situation what happens. Now this horizontal comes like this. The magnet again moves in this way and become parallel. Dip is 0 again. Now move from this equator to the geographic south or magnetic north pole. Now what happens? You see. When you move there, this is the horizontal. Horizontal remain fixed, but whatever your magnet, see the magnet situation now. So see the magnet situation. Your magnet is now bending, you see. It's bending now. See. What is the angle made? See this angle. Okay, your magnet remain like this because pole is inside the surface. Here, this side I have told you is the south pole, which is attracted by the magnetic north. And this horizontal is fixed. How much angle it made? 90 degree. So here also the dip is 90 degree. So this is the two poles. The value of a dip is 90 degree, but at equator the value of a dip is 0. So you could able to understand what is dip, and you will not forget the values of a dip if you will just recall how the bar magnet remain if you hang it. With horizontal, the bar magnet make how much angle? That is the dip. And the bar magnet itself is the direction of resultant magnetic field of Earth, because that's a dipole. And this dip is measured by a device that's called a deep circle. Deep circle. If it is measured by a device called a deep circle, then you can tell me, in deep circle what needle we are taking? That needle should be free to rotate. In which plane? This is our magnet. This is our bar magnet or magnetic needle. How this magnetic needle, it should free to rotate in which plane? In which plane? Because it goes like this. This is the situation. It goes like this and comes like this. Okay. So it should free to rotate in which plane? This is which plane? Horizontal or vertical plane? This plane. Horizontal or vertical? So this is vertical plane. In deep circle, remember the needle should free to rotate in vertical plane. But to measure declination, the needle should free to rotate in horizontal plane. This one, remember one important point. To measure declination, the needle should free to rotate in horizontal plane. But to measure dip, the needle should free to rotate in vertical plane. So this is about the dip, which is measured at this much degree up or this much degree down. Then come to the last component parameter, that is horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. What is horizontal component? Horizontal component is also very clear to you. I told here it is completely parallel. Here it is completely parallel at equator. Completely parallel at equator it is. This is the horizontal and this is the magnet. Completely parallel at equator. This is. So it has no the horizontal component itself. The whole is the horizontal component. The magnetic field, the total is along horizontal. The whole is the horizontal component. But if we come to this point, If we come to the pole, what happens to the horizontal component? The whole magnetic field is vertical. If a whole magnetic field is vertical, is there any horizontal component? No horizontal component. So here no horizontal component. Its symbol is BH. No horizontal component. Here the horizontal component is the whole magnetic field. But you remain in between them, then you will get the proper horizontal component. Now you can able to see horizontal and vertical component. You remain in between them. When you come from this position to this position, gradually it bends. Now in this position it will remain like this. See, mark here. Okay, so this is the horizontal and this is your resultant field of earth. This is the resultant field of earth. Now you see the angle between them, this angle. This is called which angle? Just before I told you, this angle is the delta, which become 90 degree here and 0 here. So this one I am drawing here. You see, I am drawing the figure. This one is the horizontal and this is the resultant field of earth. Just I show you. This is the resultant field of earth. And angle between them is, now this is delta. So this resultant field of earth can be divided into two components. This resultant field of earth can be divided into two components, once along horizontal, once along vertical. So this component is called horizontal component and this component is called vertical component. See, so just I am showing you that one. So this is the horizontal, this is the horizontal, this is the magnetic, this is the vertical component and this is the horizontal component. When you go to this point, the whole component is vertical. No horizontal component. When you come here, the whole is horizontal. No vertical component, because the magnet remains completely horizontal here. So this is the horizontal component, vertical component and delta, the angle of D. But all these things happens in which plane? In which plane all these things happens? In the plane of, all these things happens in the plane which is called magnetic meridian. Because your magnet remain in magnetic meridian. So all these you will find angle of D and everything, all these you will find in magnetic meridian. Okay. And geographic meridian, if I want to show here the geographic meridian that makes some angle, geographic meridian. Let me show also the geographic meridian. Just this is the A, B dash, C dash D. So A, B, C, D is the magnetic meridian. A, B dash, C dash D is the geographic meridian, and theta is the angle between geographic meridian and magnetic meridian. So theta is your declination, theta is your declination and delta is your dip, and this BH is a horizontal component and this BB is a vertical component. Means in one diagram I will show you declination, inclination, horizontal component. In exam the question comes, draw one diagram and show all the three parameters in one diagram. And let's see what is that horizontal component value. So this is BH. So the resultant field is B. So this is B cos delta, and vertical component B sin delta. This is the vertical component. If I tell you suppose BB given, BH given, what is the value of B? This is BB square plus BH square root over. What about tan delta? Tan delta, if delta it is asked, so BB by BH. So these four formulas will help you also to solve many questions in the next chapters. This is most required in the next chapters. This horizontal component is measured by a device that is called a magnetometer. Measured by a device called as magnetometer. And the line joining the points having same horizontal component, the line joining the points having same horizontal component is called isodynamic line. and the line joining the points having zero horizontal component is called a dynamic line. Similarly, in inclination also, the line joining the points having same inclination is called isoclinic line, and the line joining the points having zero inclination is called aclinic line. So this is about all the three parameters of Earth's magnetic field. But another thing I want to share with you about the apparent depth. But what do you mean by apparent depth? When the deep is measured, apparent deep relation, when deep is measured in a plane other than magnetic meridian, deep is measured in magnetic meridian. But if you will measure the deep in a plane other than magnetic meridian, then in that plane deep is called as apparent depth. So this is your magnetic meridian, A, B, C, D. This is your magnetic field of Earth. This is your horizontal component. This value is delta. This is called true depth. True depth. But if you want to measure this depth in another plane which is making some angle with this magnetic meridian, suppose you take another plane I am taking which is making some angle with this, suppose B dash, C dash. I am not telling that the another plane is geographic meridian. This may be any plane. No, I am not telling that this is geographic meridian. Okay. In that meridian, if I want to measure the value of a depth, that is called apparent depth. But if I shall use the formula of apparent depth, you see, tan delta true depth is BV by BH. But in that plane, apparent depth, tan delta dash. Tan delta dash is what? BV. BV is this side, but BV is common for ABCD plane as well as common for A, B dash, C dash and D plane. So BV remain as BV. But what about BH? The angle, if the angle made by that plane and the magnetic meridian is theta, then BH again can be resolved into two components, because we have to take the horizontal component which should be in that plane. BH becomes BH dash. I have to take BH dash. The horizontal component of Earth in that plane. I am just showing you that when you see, if this is your BH, suppose this is the magnetic meridian, this is your BH, this plane make some angle theta, this is your BH, okay, this plane makes some angle theta, so here, so angle is theta, so I want BH dash is the black pen, BH is the red pen, red marker is BH and this black marker is BH dash, angle between them is theta. This is the other plane, but this is the magnetic meridian. This is the magnetic meridian. So BH dash is equal to what there? BH cos theta. Okay. So but BB by BH is nothing but tan delta. Tan delta divided by cos theta. And this side is tan delta dash. I can just take the reciprocal cot dash delta is equal to cot delta into cos theta. Just I take the reciprocal of both sides. So this is the relation between true depth and apparent depth. Relation between true depth and apparent depth. This is the relation. So today I discuss about Earth magnetic field and its parameters. Thank you.